Simplifying my wardrobe helped me save time and money and create a style that I haven't gotten tired of, at least not yet. If you've seen some of my older videos, you might notice that I was pretty much exclusively wearing a gray t-shirt and black jeans. And while my wardrobe has gotten a little more versatile since then, I still keep it simple enough to where I could pretty much grab any t-shirt and any pair of pants and have my outfit match well enough and I'm comfortable. I've made videos in the past talking about my specific clothing items, so rather than doing that, today I'll just be sharing some things that I do to keep my wardrobe overall more simple. But first, if you're new to my channel, thank you for stopping by. Here we talk about minimalism, frugal living, tech, and things of that nature. So if that sounds good to you and you end up liking the video, be sure to like and please invite the subscribe button to listen to a specific part of a song, but don't fast forward to that part of the song. Let's get started. I also wanted to mention that in my videos, I always only share what I do. And I think that's very important to mention when talking about clothes. So take all of this with a grain of salt and don't let this video, or any video for that matter, make you feel like you need to dress differently. Anyways, let's get right into it. Stick to neutral colors. A huge part of me wanting to adopt a simple wardrobe in the first place is because I wanted to spend a lot less time picking out clothes or just creating an outfit. I feel like one of the most common things typically associated with minimalism is wearing a black t-shirt 24/7, because this was the case with me wearing a gray t-shirt. Since then, I have adopted a few different colors into my wardrobe, but neutral colors. Keeping exclusively neutral colors in my wardrobe has made it almost effortless to create an outfit, and effortless to match everything. All of my t-shirts look pretty much fine with my jacket, and good enough with any of my pants. Wearing jeans with a bright red t-shirt, I'd probably look like a 90s bully, but wearing more neutral color red with darker jeans, I still look like a goof, but at least not as much. Overall, having a wardrobe that's predominantly neutral colored has rarely ever led me to having serious decision fatigue when it comes to clothes. Embrace simplicity. Going off neutral colors, the next thing here is actually a couple things. Keeping my clothes simple to me means avoiding logos and graphics, and avoid clothes I foresee myself only wearing once or twice in the future. Before I'd gotten into minimalism, I'd gone through so many single-time event clothing, and I just hate to think about how much money I've wasted on that. I understand fashion is a way some people like to express themselves, and sometimes that involves wearing vibrant things with designs on them, but again, I'm just speaking about what I do. While the argument can be made that wearing plain, solid colors 24/7 can be boring, in my case, I found the opposite to be true. I used to wear t-shirts with sports teams or brands logos that I really liked, and I noticed that I would get sick of those much quicker than plain t-shirts. And if you have a routine where you're in a professional or semi-professional setting quite often, it also might make more sense to stick with a plain wardrobe and more minimal looking clothing. Because whether you notice or agree with it or not, I think what we wear says a lot about us before we have the chance to speak for ourselves. Invest in quality pieces. I pretty much believe quality over quantity with everything. In my experience, there's definitely times you can get away with cheaper clothes. I mean, I have $30 jeans from Target that are great. But thinking I was being smart and saving money, I would cut a lot of corners and buy poor quality clothes that would just fit terribly after a few washes or wouldn't hold up. Doing this over and over again probably actually cost me much more than if I just spent a little bit more on a higher quality item. And with clothes, in my experience, it is just not a place that I want to be cheap. Because being cheap with clothes typically means giving up a little bit of quality and comfort. And for something that's going to be on my body all day, why wouldn't I want the better quality item? I unfortunately used to shop a lot at H&M, which to me is like the epitome of fast fashion. The clothes are extremely inexpensive, but after one wash, you can really see why. I've decided to invest more in the quality of my clothes and not feel guilty about it, knowing I can get a few years of good use. Limit accessories. And when it comes to accessories, I really do just have a limited amount. I have a plain black hat, a few watches, and this bracelet thing. By the way, I'll have a link for this watch and this bracelet in the description because I do get several comments about it. I think when it comes to accessories, the same rules should really be applied as everywhere else in a simple wardrobe. Choose your favorite version of that thing. Even though I do have a few watches, there's something that I do really like to have, and they do all get used. Not to mention, they were all under $50. Having multiple accessories that has to be paired with specific clothing items doesn't make much sense to me. And again, it's way more thought than I want to have to put into an outfit. I'd rather have accessories that are versatile than for specific uses. Like the goal with the rest of my clothes, any of my accessories can be worn with any of my clothes, match, and make sense. Choose versatile footwear. When I was a teenager and when I first started skateboarding like 15 years ago, I had a problem with shoes. I always wanted the newest Nike SBs, and for anyone that's ever skateboarded, you know how quickly it messes up your shoes. So it was just a really bad, expensive cycle to be in. Anyways, in my old age, I've definitely learned firsthand how much better it is to have a small amount of footwear that can be worn in multiple different situations. My priorities when it comes to shoes is comfort and practicality when it comes to my routine and lifestyle. A casual pair of sneakers I can wear to work, when I'm running errands for the day, or to the gym. And it could be argued that it's extremely cost effective. When you have pairs of shoes that can be worn for different parts of your routine, you're not spending on or having shoes take up space in your wardrobe that are only used for one activity. Keep it functional. And to sum it up perfectly, keep everything functional. What this means to me is having clothes that are comfortable above all else, but are also extremely practical to wear in my everyday life, based on my routine, lifestyle, and climate. Keeping my clothes functional has saved me time by easily being able to put together outfits for most occasions. It saves money because most of the things that I own can be worn for a different variety of occasions. And it keeps the clutter down to a minimum because I only own what actually gets worn. Not to mention, it just improves my overall mood and confidence. If you think about your favorite outfit you like to wear, doesn't it just put you in an overall better mood and make you feel like you're more prepared to take on a task? Overall, functional clothing means having things that are practical and multi-purpose and just owning what makes sense. Ultimately, clothes are just clothes, and I don't advise overthinking it and definitely not stressing about it. Anyways, I hope you got some value from this video and can maybe take some points that I talked about here today and apply them to your own life. And if you're interested in my specific clothes, I'm gonna have a link for all those in the description box below, so check that out if you want. As always, I appreciate the time you spent here and I appreciate you watching. If you did like this video and you like this type of content, be sure to like and consider subscribing to my channel, and I'll see you next time.